Look, I want to show you guys something. See, I remember my mug this morning. You're gonna want one of those right there, because if not, it's gonna go everywhere and make a mess. Trust me. I found that out yesterday. I thought I could make countertop coffee and I could just drink it right off the countertop, but turns out I was wrong. Okay, so it is day 25 of 84. No, it is day 26 of 84. And this morning I weighed oh crap, man, it was just a few seconds ago. 227.8. I weigh 227.8. So I am down right under a pound from yesterday, which is great. Weight's still coming down. We'll see what happens this weekend. I'm gonna go ahead and do this stuff that I gotta do, because I'm kind of really tired this morning and I am probably going to mess something up. At least I forgot my coffee. At least I remember my coffee cup this morning. All right, I'll see you guys on the cardio. Seeing as if my weight last week was 227.2 on Sunday, and I'm already back down to 227.8. I think it's safe to say that my body weight should drop down to at least 226, maybe 225 this week. And I'm curious to see how much further down this week I'm going to get compared to last week without the animal cuts. And then next week, when I start taking them back up, if I'm going to see a big drop in my weight again, taking the animal cuts from the diuretic. It's just interesting to see how it goes. But even without them, I'm still progressing. I'm still losing weight. My weight's still moving in the right direction, which is great. I'm just wondering how much of a difference those pills make. So I'll have this week to see what the weight drop was compared to last week. The last week was a little difficult, to be honest, because of Thanksgiving. And next week will be the start of 3 more weeks on there. And then we'll have the following week, after those 3 weeks will be off. And then we'll be able to see kind of what the difference is week to week. Hopefully, at the end of this 12 weeks, I'll have a pretty good judge of how much the animal cuts help. And honestly, I think they do. I think they do make a pretty good difference. I think they're at least worth taking for me. Even if it helps me lose the extra quarter of a pound to half a pound a week, that's still progress in the right direction without losing muscle mass from having to like lower my calories or increase my cardio. I think it's worth it. I mean, even if it's an extra quarter of a pound a week, which is a pound a month, that's 3 pounds over the course of 12 weeks, 4 pounds over the course of 16 weeks. That's a lot of weight to not have to do anything additional. All right, let me finish this cardio. It is so cold today, and I forgot my sweater at the house, so I just have my one jacket. And it's like, oh, your jacket should be enough. Well, normally it would be, but it is extra cold today. I don't know if it's the humidity or if I'm just so hungry my body's not producing body heat because I don't have the calories. I don't know. All I know is I am trying to stay as warm as I can, but I'm about to warm up because I get to eat some chicken and bell peppers. It's lunchtime. Make the best of it. But it's Friday, so it's leg day. So that's gonna be brutal. It's gonna be real brutal. Feeling a little bit more awake than I was earlier. I was so tired. I drank my coffee on the way to work and it did nothing for me. Absolutely nothing. It didn't kick in until probably about maybe not at all. But whatever the case is, that's all right. I'm feeling better, more energetic as the day goes on. And hopefully tonight I get all the energy I need from drinking my coffee again for the second round. Hopefully that's all I need to get my energy levels up to have a fantastic workout, because leg night is a brutal 2-hour night. It is what separates skinny legs from tree trunks. It is leg day, so that is great. Oh, you can see my line for my beanie. Haha! Chicken and rice, favorite meal of the day. So I am getting excited because the end of the day is finally here and it is leg night. I have a brutal 2-hour leg night ahead of me, which is absolutely amazing, followed by an hour of cardio. I'm not being sarcastic. I love training my legs. I love it because it's brutal. And I love when things are difficult. because it only makes you better. Unless you get hurt, then it doesn't make you better. It holds you back, and that makes you worse. So ultimately, it only makes you better if you get better from it. But more is more. So the more you do, the more you get out of it. Unless you get hurt more, and again, it just holds you back more. You see where I'm going with this. Anyways, I'm excited. I'm pumped up. It's Friday. I'm ready to get out of here and start my weekend of gains. I'm gonna make my coffee. I'm gonna eat, and then shortly it'll be time to go. I wish you guys can smell the wonderful smell that I'm smelling at this exact moment. It has been so cold today. It has been so incredibly cold. So this hot cup of coffee is something I've been looking forward to literally all day. I cannot wait to drink this, get hyped up. I was crazy tired today. This morning, I was really tired this morning. My coffee did nothing for me. I had no energy. But as the day goes on, I'm getting more and more excited. I'm starting to think the reason why I didn't have the energy is because I was dreading what I had to do today. I'm not going to go over what I did today. Just know that it's been not the most enjoyable day for me at work because of what I've been having to do at work. But whatever the case is, it's coming to an end. It's almost over. We'll have it finished on Monday. But Monday is another day. Today is the day that I'm going to focus on getting my coffee in, getting to the gym, clanging and banging some heavy weights, and getting progress and getting better and getting that much closer to my midnight dream of competing in bodybuilding, because ultimately at the end of the day, if you don't try, you'll never succeed. And I'd rather try and fail than fail to try, because letting yourself down sucks. And I've done that enough in my life. Not happening this time. I am going to do what I got to do. And maybe I might do some ego lifting tonight. Who knows? Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Ultimately, it just depends on how I feel. But it's kind of hard to ego lift on legs with the equipment that I use. Plus, all jokes aside, you could really hurt yourself trying to ego lift on legs. And my knees are tender from all the cardio, and my hips, and my lower back, and my ankles. So maybe I'm just going to lift tonight. But you know what? It's going to be fun all the same. I hate it when that happens. I started getting fired up at the end of the day, like, yes, end of the day's here, I'm excited, leg night, yes, I drank my coffee, like this is going to be it, this is happening. And then that 30-minute drive home, sitting in my Jeep, just driving along, just really made me groggy. So now, instead of that coffee hyping me up and being super excited like I was earlier, I just feel tired. Like I'm relaxed, right? I sat down, I relaxed, I was resting as I was driving, and now I just feel ultimately really, really, really relaxed. So I need to snap out of it. I need to come to my senses, and I need to be like, it's time to clang and bang, and I need to get myself hyped up and fired up, because it's just a mental state. Coffee just helps you mentally, it doesn't help you physically. So I need to mentally get fired up, and I need to figure out something to trigger my emotions to get me motivated. I have willpower, but it's a lot more fun when you train with motivation because it's exciting. But I'm pretty sure once I start beating the snot out of myself and my blood gets pumping, that caffeine gets circulating through me, I'm pretty sure I'm going to wake up. So I'm going to stop babbling now and rambling, and I'm going to get to lifting. That was a lot easier to do than I thought. I found my motivation. Aha! I reminded myself, like, you're not in here because you have to be in here. You're not in here because you have to do this. You're in here because you want to be in here and you want to do this. And why do you want to be in here? Why do you want to do this? For your ego, right? I want a big ego. Like, I want big, thick, meaty, bulbous, juicy legs that look amazing and are ripped, peeled, and shredded and diced. And I want to look good all the time, whether I'm home, I'm in my backyard, I'm at the pool, the beach, or I'm on stage competing. And if I don't work on getting bigger for myself, then I won't ever have an ego big enough to be worth competing, right? And it's like, oh, dude, ego, man, that's not good to have an ego. No, it is. It is good to have an ego. Because if you don't have an ego, you have nothing to back up. But if you do have an ego, then you have to back something up. So you better stand on that ground and make sure you're doing everything you can do to make sure that you don't look stupid if you're going to have an ego. I want to get on stage and compete in bodybuilding. I just want to win a local show. Like, that's it. I just want to compete and win a local show. I don't care about going to state or nationals or becoming pro. I just want to win a local show so I can say I competed and won a bodybuilding show. That's for my own personal ego. Now, whether anyone else cares about that or not, I don't care, because I care about that. I care about my ego. I care about me personally and how I feel about stuff. I want to be bigger than everybody else, and I want to be muscular than everybody else, no matter where I'm at or what I'm doing. I want to be the best looking person in the room. Just like when I was powerlifting, I didn't want to be the strongest guy in my gym. I wanted to be the strongest guy in the world. I wanted to break world records on the deadlift. Unfortunately, things happened. I got hurt and I wasn't able to continue. But when I trained, I didn't compare myself to like the people I was going to be competing against. I compared my numbers to the best lifters in the world. And it's like, oh, that's so stupid to compare yourself to the elite. Why? If that's the top tier best, why am I not good enough to try to train to beat them and be better than them? They did that to get to where they were. They said, I want to train to beat everybody else to be the best. And that's what they did. So why can't you do that? And it's like, oh, well, you can't. You're too old and you're injury. Oh, I know I can't go pro and I'll never be Mr. Olympia. But I could be the best at the competition that I'm going to and beat the other competition out. And you might say, oh, that's arrogance and ego. And you're right, it is. And it's okay to be arrogant. It's okay to be like egotistical, as long as you're not like forcing it down people's throats who don't care. That's how I look at it. If people don't care, don't bother them with it. If people don't ask, don't bring it up. If people don't conversate with you about the stuff, then don't tell them about it. But if there's people that are interested or bring it up to you or talk to you about it, then that opens the door. And then go ahead and talk about it. But I'm in here by myself, training my ego. So that got me fired up. You got to use whatever you can to find that fire and keep that motivation going. Good. Went up by 10 pounds and still hit 20. So that was a good set. There goes 135, 420. That is a huge win. Moving on to belt squats now. The beauty about leg night being on a Friday night is I don't have to worry about how long I take between sets. I don't have to worry about how long my sets take. It doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is the training session and how good it is and how hard I'm pushing and if I'm making progress. And last week I did 225 for 20. I'm going up to 245 tonight. I'm inching my way up. The whole concept is like, if I'm doing 225 for 20, my legs are going to be small and weak. But if I can do 405 for 20, now I got some pretty big legs. And it's not like I'm going to rush to hurry up and get to 405 because my legs won't grow at the same pace that they'll get strong. But the concept is if I could get that much time under tension and do 405 with that load for sets of 20, yeah, your legs would be pretty impressive. So goes the bro science. But as far as it goes for the ego, my mindset, man, it's like ego's not a bad thing. It's a good thing to have an ego. Sometimes you have to be your biggest fan. Sometimes you have to be your biggest supporter, and sometimes you have to be your own cheerleader. And having an ego kind of helps reinforce the reasoning for what you're doing and why you're doing it. It doesn't matter what other people think and how they view it. You could call it whatever you want, but ego, I think, is just the most universal term that I could think of, is training for your ego. Because ultimately, if you're training for looks, it's an ego thing. Like, you don't have to have a six-pack to be healthy. Why do you want a six-pack? Because it looks cool. It looks cool as shit. It's impressive. It's badass. When people have them, it's like it does one of two things. It makes people get jealous and feel insecure, or it makes people like smile and be like, damn, that's badass, or look at his stomach, or look at her stomach. Ah, that's incredible. I want that same thing, right? It either causes people to get jealous or causes people to get motivated. It's one or two effect, but the jealousy is just a version of someone wishing that they had what they don't, what you have, basically. So like I said, if you're training for looks in any way, shape, or the matter that goes outside the realm of health, I just want to be in a healthy weight range and I want to be just healthy with good blood markers. It's all for ego. So find out what boosts your ego the most and go for it. For me, it's the thought of being the biggest guy in the room, the strongest guy in the room. Having that bragging right to say, yeah, I competed and I won. I don't care if it's local. I just want to be able to say I won. Who trains to fail? Who works out or who competes to fail? If that's your mindset, you might as well not even try. Victory. But like honestly, like what's the point of training to compete if your mindset is like, well, it's just for the experience, and if I come in last place or lose, oh well. Nah, that's a loser mindset. You know, I'm a soccer coach, and I don't teach my kids to fail. I don't teach them to lose. I don't teach them losing's okay. I teach them, be humble when you lose, but take joy in your victories. The reason why we practice is to get good and be better than who we're playing against. And the reason why we play against them is to feel the sweet taste of victory and to be victorious at the end of the game, to hold our heads up high, to say our training and our practice and everything we've been doing is paying off because we were the better team on the field that day. And that's a very, very wonderful feeling to experience. And if you always lose and you only know what it's like to taste failure and you're okay with that, I hate to say it, but dude, you're a loser. And I don't mean you're a loser as a human being, but like when it comes to this type of stuff, you're just a born again loser. And you need to change your mindset to have a winner's mentality of, I'm gonna do whatever it takes to win and I'm not gonna settle for losing. Try your best and fail, and that's okay. But just train haphazardly, just, I'm gonna do what I can. It is what it is. Nah, if that's the point, you've failed before you ever tried. I'd rather try and fail than fail to try, and I always want the mindset of like, I'm gonna win this thing. I'm gonna win it. 5 sets of 20 really takes it out of you. Like, I forgot how calorically demanding this style of training is and why I could train 3 days a week and eat 8,000 calories a day and not gain any weight. Brutal, 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 brutal. Very intense, very brutal. People that say high volume isn't intense, I don't think they've ever really trained high volume, at least to a degree where it's beneficial. If you're doing sets of 20 with a weight you could do sets of 40 with, that's not a high volume. That's stupid. But picking a weight that you could barely get 20, just below 20, or maybe a couple reps past 20, and then you keep coming in and adding weight until you can't get 20 no more, and then you build back to 20, and then proceed forward. That's high volume. And that's what brings the intensity. And I'm telling you right now, man, I am feeling beat. I already had a tough day, a tough week to begin with. Honestly, the whole week was tough. And then it's Friday. So end of the week, work week and training, it's just kind of all starting to stack up. And today has just been rough. And then I'm not taking the animal cuts, and I'm almost positive that is a lot more efficient at delivering energy than coffee. I mean, I love my coffee. I'm not going to ever have anything bad to say it. But when it comes to energy delivery with a longer supply, I think the animal cuts are definitely superior than the coffee. Okay, I gotta get my mind to this, man. This is for my ego. I gotta get my legs right. Gotta get them looking big. I don't want to be walking around with chicken legs, and you're not going to ever win anything with little bitty legs. Oh, man. Okay, 1 rep at a time. Doesn't matter how many I do, this is a new weight. That's the beauty of going up in weight. You don't have a rep quota. It's just a matter of getting some. And then next week, there's a quota if you don't hit 20. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Too close to stop now. 15. 16. 17. 18. 19. There it is. It's like, you could keep going. I know I could keep going, but that's not what this programming is. I don't do that with this programming. This is a progressive overload. So hitting 20 just means you stop. The next week you go up in weight, and then you try to hit 20 again, and so on until you can't. And then you build to 20. It allows you to go further without having to change anything and still see continuous progress. It's your basic principle of progressive overload, which is very effective if you do it correctly. You don't have to do it with 20 reps. I just like doing it with 20 reps. This is a prime example of progressive overload. Last week I did 70 pounds for 16 reps. So now I'm gonna try to get 70 pounds for at least 17 reps. If I get all 20, great, I get to go up next week. If I don't and I at least hit 17, awesome. If I hit 16, is what it is. I hit under 16, is what it is. Probably just means that I pushed harder on the other movements before I got to this. Doesn't mean it's a failure, just means that I need to give it another week or two to figure out, let my body figure out what it needs to do to adapt to the stress to be able to progress further. So if it stalls, the only other option is to drop the weight down by 20 pounds, 30 pounds, and then build back up to the current weight to move further past it when I get back to it. It's that simple. Oh, I stalled at 100 pounds, I can't get any more reps. All right, well, let's drop down and build back up and go past it. Or change the exercise out to something completely different. It's that simple. But my legs are lit up right now, and I'm quite curious how deadlifts are going to go after this. And it's just, you know, 1 rep at a time, 1 set at a time, 1 meal at a time, 1 day at a time to get that progress. But you can't help but want more faster. I wish there was a way to speed it up, but unfortunately there isn't. It's just the nature of the beast. All right, here we go. Easy reps, easy reps. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 16, 17. I'll be honest with you, I didn't even think I was even going to get 16 with that, let alone 20. But that's the point of just going for it, man. Like, sometimes you got to listen to your body, and other times you just got to go for it. You just got to say, you know what? I'm already here. It's not going to get no harder. It's not going to get no easier. But what I can do on here is at least give it everything I got and see what the outcome is on that. And I'm glad that I did, because look at that. I have officially, without a shadow of a doubt, gotten 4 reps better. So that means that is 4 times 70 worth of volume I did more. So 280 pounds worth of volume more than last week. And a lot of powerlifting programs, that's how you calculate volume. You don't calculate volume off of reps and sets, you calculate it off of the total amount of volume moved with a muscle group. So it's like you can do 5 reps of 1,000 pounds and do 5,000 pounds with the volume, right? Or you could do 100 pounds for sets of 10, and that'll be 1,000 pounds for each set of 10. So you do 5 sets of 10 reps with 100 pounds, and that's 5,000 pounds worth of volume. And that's how you measure volume in some powerlifting programs, not all. There's so many different ways to measure it, and I'm not going to sit here and stand on a pedestal saying which way is right or wrong. It's just there's multiple ways to get to where you're trying to go in forms of measurement. I know what you're asking yourself right now. Wait a minute. Are you wearing a belt with 275? Yep. Are you wearing wrist straps with 275? Yep. And why are you deadlifting from the floor? What does that have to do with bodybuilding? I don't know. Just felt like doing it. Did them last week. Felt so good. Decided, you know what? I'm going to do them again another week. And I decided I want to wear my straps and my belt just because I have them and I can, and I spent money on them, and why not? It's all for fun anyway, so if this can make it a little bit more fun, why not? So I don't know how far I'm going to take my deadlifts. I don't know how many weeks I'm going to do them in a row. For all I know, this could be my last one I do. And I might go back to Romanian deadlifts. I don't have a very specific timeline or a frame for these. I'm just going to alternate between deadlifts and Romanian deadlifts week to week, depending on how I feel, when I feel like changing them, how I feel like changing them, just for the sake of changing them. Why? Because I can. Because there is nothing that says I can't. I'm not on a program for percentages and powerlifting. I'm on a program for gains and strains and fun. I did 245 last week, so I'm going to do 275 this week. And the goal for these are 15. I'm not shooting for 20. I'm shooting for 15. If I can get 20, fantastic. If I can't, well, It is what it is. If I can't even get 15, I don't care. It's just for fun anyways. Probably going to beat myself up a little bit more than I should by doing these. But sometimes you just got to go for it. It's been, oh my gosh, forever since I wore a belt. Oh, this thing feels brutally terrible. Oh, it felt awful. Oh, I don't think I want the belt on. Everything is too tight. Legs. Yeah. Yeah, that felt terrible. The belt was a bad idea. I thought I had it adjusted right until I went down and picked it up. And then I felt my gut squish. That was awful, man. That was terrible. I am not happy about the way that went. At all. That was trash. I am so disappointed in that. It goes to show you, it's been years since I've actually lifted with a belt. And there's a learning curve to training with a belt. The bigger your belly and the more you use it, the more efficient you are. But I like to wear it right under my diaphragm. Well, right over my diaphragm on my sternum, right below my sternum. As I was fat, that's where I'd get the most pressure and feel the most secure. But now that I've lost my belly, like, it feels totally different. That was awful. I hated that, to be completely honest. Also, I was watching Strongman. Last week I was talking about doing stiff-legged, rounded back deadlifts. And crazy, if you watch Strongman, when they do the Atlas stones, they wrap around the Atlas stone like this. And then they heave it up and then they set it on their legs and they stand up with it. That's a stiff-legged, rounded back deadlift. There it is. Proof is in the pudding, see? You can be strong in a bad position and be safe while doing it. You just have to do it correctly. And that's called being big and strong. I kind of want to try this again without the belt to see how it feels, because I did not like that at all. I hated it. I hated it so much. It was not what I wanted out of this tonight. And this might be the end of my deadlifting. I might go back to Romanians next week after this, just because of this bad experience. Like, you quitter. No, it's not that. It's just, I want to have fun with it and I want it to feel good. And if it doesn't feel good and I'm not having fun with it, then it's like, no, I'm not doing that. Most importantly, I want it to feel good. Secondly, I want to have fun with it. And if I'm getting neither out of it, then I'm not going to do it. All right, it's that simple. Okay, let me try this, see if I snap myself up. See if I can't get a little bit more. And I'm not doing this for any certain amount of reps. I might just do this for 1 or 2 and then put it down just to see if it feels better without the dango belto squeezing my freaking intestines. Oh, see, that feels way better. I am almost positive I would have got 15 right out the gate if I didn't do that first set with the belt. That really messed me up. So maybe I will do these again next week. Maybe I will, just without the belt. And also, these are my second to last movement of the night. I used to put deadlifts first because they're so freaking hard. So I'd always put them first. So maybe I need to rearrange the order of my lifts, because when I would train my quads first, I could almost never make it through my deadlifting portion of the workout. But if I did deadlifts first, I could breeze through the rest of the quad night. And it's so weird how that worked. But deadlifts first and hamstrings, no problem. Quads first, I think I know why. Because when you work your quads out, you're also indirectly working your hamstrings out, whether you want to or not. They're engaging and you're using them for sure. But when you're doing hamstring work, you're really honestly just isolating the hamstring and doing almost no quad activation. So it's like training the whole muscle, then training the whole leg, and then training one after that versus training one and then the other. I don't know. Maybe I got it backwards. Whew. Okay. I think I want to do some stiff-legged rounded deadlifts. I've been doing back extensions for my stiff-legged movements, but it's like, I like doing them. They feel good. I like them. But it's like, I went to go pick this up last week and put it up here, and that's what gave me that epiphany. Like, wait a minute, and I tried it, and it was awesome. So I'm going to do a set real quick, and I'm going to show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. Just basically, just this, not stiff, just kind of straight-legged, and then just heave it up. Just like that. And man, I feel that crazy hard on my hamstrings, my glutes, and my abs right here, my lower abdominal. I feel that like intense. So, I don't know. I think I want to do 2 more of these. And then that's it. That's going to be it for my legs. Maybe I'll do 3 of these and 2 of the back extensions. I don't know. I'll see how I feel. I'm not going to take the shirt off tonight because it was leg night. I'll point and showing the upper body. Let's see if I even got a pump that even lasted, because I feel a little deflated. That lighting is really good. This lighting, you can't really see a whole lot on it because of the way the lighting is. See, the lighting is. This one will be washed out. No point in showing that. Oh man, my legs are burnt, man. They are gassed. They're puffy right now too. It's really hard to. Oh. I don't know if the camera can pick that up, but the feathering. All right, my legs are tired, and there's not much going on there tonight for flexing, so I'm gonna go ahead and call that good enough for the posing. I still gotta do my cardio. It's already almost 6:30. Well, that was fun doing deadlifts and stiff-legged rounded back deadlifts and everything, but I'll see how I feel next week. I'm not locked into it, so it's just something I do for fun, but I also try to remind myself, like, it's not about being strong, it's about being big and pretty, but I also would like to be some type of go and just not all show. Not that I'm really either one at the moment, but still, it's like, I would still like to retain some type of strength to a certain extent while lifting and trying to bodybuild and get in really good shape. But ultimately, at the end of the day, I just want to cause as much stress as I can on my hamstrings to cause them to grow and develop and get big and as strong as they can be, within reason of not getting hurt and taking it to the limits without causing any injury. So like I said, I don't know how far I'm going to take deadlifts. I mean, I might do them for the remainder of this program, or I might honestly just decide, you know what, that was enough, and go from there. I'm going to take it week by week and see how I feel about it. But as the old saying goes, if it's not broken, don't fix it. And so far my routine hasn't been broken, so there's no real reason to change it up. So part of me is just like, just go back to Romanian deadlifts. You got it out of your system, you had some fun with it, and go back to it. So I might end up going back to it. We'll see how it goes. But all I know is I've been hungry, I have been tired, and I have been cold, but it's not raining, so I'm back out in the cold, walking around, getting my cardio in. I'll see you guys tomorrow in the next one.